Okay, we're going to talk about euthanasia out in the wild. In case you're out in the backcountry and you need to shoot a horse, put him out of pain. A lot of people think you're supposed to shoot a horse between the eyes, and that's not correct. That's below the brain. You're going to cause a lot of suffering, and it's not going to kill the horse. The way to, and again, I'm not trying to teach people how to kill horses. It's just if your horse breaks a leg out in the middle of the woods and you're 10, 15 miles out, instead of leaving him there to bleed and to be eaten, and you may have to just humanely put him out of his misery. And Buddy hasn't been a good boy today, so he's volunteered for this, and we're going to go ahead and put him out of his misery today here. Pow. And don't ask me what happened with here. I tie these horses. Buddy's on this side, Tanner's on this side. I don't know how he got over there and Tanner got over here without the rope between the... I don't know what happened. I walked away for 10 minutes. I came back, and they switched places. So, just a little trailer tying tip there. All right, let's move his little furlocks out of the way. The way you shoot a horse is you draw a line from one ear to the opposite eye. So from this ear, I draw a line to this eye, and from this ear I draw a line to this eye, and where it crosses is where you want to have to shoot the horse. And you want to shoot at a little downward angle, almost about the same angle as the spine. If you shoot straight, you'll get a ricochet. If you shoot too far down, you get a ricochet. So you want to shoot into parallel with the horse's skull. And I cut a little strip here. I don't know if they're going to stay on here to kind of demonstrate that, because if you set these up here like that, eye to eye, you notice the X is pretty high up there. And that's from ear to eye and ear to eye. And now I'm going to try to stick those on there just to make Buddy look silly. And I'll get all these complaints about how mean I am because I pulled his hair out. Okay, so we got that one there. And it didn't stick too good. Ow, that's your hair, poor Buddy. Dad's mean. All right, this isn't going to stick like I wanted. So, but anyway, if this were to stick, you would draw one line from the ear to the eye. And again, it doesn't want to stick, so I'll just hold it. I know, I'm sorry, buddy. So you got this one to this eye and that one to that eye. And where they meet is where you want to shoot that horse. And it's pretty much higher than the eye. So if you shoot him below the eye, that's a wrong spot. His brain is up here. It's about a walnut size. Same way with Mr. T. It's going to be a little bit more difficult because he ain't quite as trusting as buddy. I know it's not going to get you stand. So we're going to go straight across from ear to eye. And then the other side will be from ear to eye. Hang on, Mr. T. I know, it's scary how his phone's going to get you, and Dad's being mean. Okay. Can you drop your head a little bit? Head. Good boy. So that's ear to eye, and you can tell that's almost above his star. And his star is even above his eye. So you need to, if you're going to have to shoot a horse, you don't want to shoot him between the eye. That's a big difference there. Make sure you realize that you need to draw a line from the ear to the eye, to the opposite eye, and where that cross meets is how you want to shoot a horse. So looking at him, I can almost just kind of tell if I draw a line here and draw a line here, they meet about here. And that's about right. And again, it's between the ears. This is where the brain's at. It connects to the brain stem and the spinal cord, and if you shoot them there, it's going to kill them pretty short order. And they'll drop pretty quick and they'll shake pretty quick. Not a fun task, and I'm not promoting it, but I'd rather it be done right than you have to shoot a horse 2 and 3 times, or somebody says shoot him in the ear, and no, you shoot him right in the eye, and no, you shoot him right between the eyes. No, you shoot him behind the head. This is the standard best way to make sure that the bullet goes through the brain and stops all brain activity and all pain, and the horse will drop pretty quick. And you don't want to use something like a 22, although I've heard people use 22 and it works. I'd rather use a larger caliber, you get a 38, 357, etc. So that's how you humanely kill a horse. I get a lot of emails from a lot of people about oh, this horse is too dangerous, so he was kicking everybody and he couldn't get along with horses, so I had the vet come out and euthanize him. You ain't impressing me by killing a horse. You don't do a horse any favor by killing him. Unless he's in pain, he's never going to walk again, and you've got no other way to stop his pain. That's the only way you need to be killing a horse. Somebody want to come out here and talk about I'm killing a horse, because he can't get along. That's just wrong. That's just lazy. It's mean. Basically, that means I don't know. I've seen women not want to ride a horse because it's hurt, and it's hurt all the time, and they've vet shopped, and they've had 3 vets tell them there's nothing wrong with the horse, it's just got an injury, it's going to take 6 months or a while, and they didn't want to wait, and they finally found a vet that would put it to sleep, and then want to run around and tell everybody how, oh, it was hurt, and I couldn't see it in pain anymore, so I had the vet put it to sleep, and now look, I got a new horse, look how pretty it is. Ugh. It just amazes me how people can justify the cruelty to animals. And again, a lot of times these are the same people who are going to be wrapping and braiding and putting booties on and feeding alfalfa hay and keeping them locked up in their stall with a nice little licky toy that they can lick and a treat. And then they'll put a horse down at a drop of a hat. It just amazes me how quick and how that's such an excuse to put a horse down. A horse can live fine in pasture. They live with injuries all the time. If you can't control a horse or you don't have something to do, find it a home. It's a little more work, and it may take you a little bit of time, and it may even cost you money. I've seen people, because I can't sell my horse, I'm going to put him down. Because unless I can sell them to somebody that can handle them, I don't want to get somebody hurt. And since nobody wants to pay for my rank horse that I've made rank because, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I've been feeding it carrots, and I've let the horse push me around, and I don't understand herd behavior, so I've made this horse mean and ornery, and nobody else wants it. And since I can't sell it, I'm going to be so big-hearted and so great and caring that I'm going to protect somebody and not sell it to somebody that can't handle it, that's more stupid than me, and I'm going to have it put down. And vets that do that, as far as I'm concerned, they're just as bad. A good vet will not put down a horse that doesn't need to be put down. And there's some vets out there that, you know what, if you pay me, it's your horse, I ain't got time to save the world, fine, I'll put him down. And those vets, I don't have much respect for, and as far as I'm concerned, they're part of the problem, not any part of the solution. You don't put a horse down because he's too much trouble. You don't put a horse down because you don't know how to fix him. You don't put a horse down because he's no longer used to you and you ran the crap out of him at Gymkhana for every weekend for the last 2 years. Now you're going off to college and you got a boyfriend, and now all of a sudden your parents don't want to take care of the horse and it limps, so we should put it down because we can't find a home. I just see this time and time again, and it's so frustrating that horses have to pay, and there's not a lot you can do about it. It's kind of like you get parents with kids. For when I was a cop, I took a lot of kids out of a lot of bad homes with drugs, etc. And all the parents always claimed about how much they loved their kids and how I was ruining their life. But you know what? At some point, somebody has to step in and speak up for those who can't speak. And kids can't speak up for what their parents do to them, and horses can't speak up for what owners do to them. But vets and other people and peer pressure and just kind of making comments and putting peer pressure on people that do things to horses they shouldn't. At least you're trying to be part of the solution. When I see a horse put up with a saddle pad, I always make a little rude comment like, "You're not going to brush him down? You're not going to brush out the sweat marks? You're not going to give him a bath or cool him off? You're going to put him out in pasture just like that, all sweaty?" And of course, these people are going to get pissy and mad, and who the hell does he think he is, Mr. Cowboy or whatever? But you know what? The horse can't say nothing. And it's just wrong to it's poor horsemanship to make a horse suffer because of your laziness. And a lot of people want to use laziness as a lack of knowledge, or I didn't know. Or you know what? The vet said that I should do it, so I did it. Some vets are going to do what you want them to do because you're paying them. Just like trainers are going to tell you, "Oh, you know what, I'll try to work for this horse 60 days, but if I can't, you should probably put it down." That means the trainers can't fix a horse. They just want your money. They know you're stupid enough to pay them for 2 months. So if you're going to put the horse down anyway, why not just take your money for 2 months and then tell you to put him down? If it makes you feel better, give me $400 a month, $500 a month, and then put him down, and then you'll feel better. Then you can tell everybody you took him to a trainer, and your trainer said it wasn't you. That's a good way to pass responsibility. Is blame it on your trainer said, or the barn manager said, or the vet said, or somebody who's owned horses for their whole life said, so they know. Your horse is your responsibility, and I don't have a whole lot of patience for people that don't take it seriously and look out for their horse. So that's how to humanely euthanize a horse if you have to shoot him in the wild. Hope that helps. That's also on my horsemanship page. I have pictures of this on my horseman tips page of my website. Hope that helps.